Let's get it, man.
Now I'm switching up my energy. My enemies feel like I got hundreds of them. No love for me. Y'all ain't in the streets. Y'all just in the street. Y'all fake ministry. Y'all just sin and preach. No deal, I like the breach. I call up my lawyer like, never mind. They playing with all of these money, but never mind. That could probably never rhyme and still be $1 million up. I only spend money on her if I know she the truth, just to keep it a buck. You play with me once and you dumb. Did I say when I'm, you know I'm ignorant, I'm at my house party acting. Telling my guests that I don't use it, then turn around and I do it again. Act like a saint, who am I to pretend? Asking the Lord to forgive all my sins with my fingers crossed behind my back with a grin. I sin. I feel like the Bucks. I win. Again and again. Now they telling their friends. I don't know who my friends, they like to pretend.
Please leave your name and phone number.
Cause they couldn't see me going very far. Now I be overseas with them. I get paid when I pass a but I got no love for the law. I can't remember when I had a job. Back when they wouldn't build, now they bob. I still got paper tags on my car. Now I got gophers my lawn. That is annoying. I'm picking my poison. You crabs in a barrel while my lobster is boiling.
This is your starting five. At forward, 6'5", number 95, DeAndre Henry. At forward, 6'7", number 31, Paul Millsap. Guard, 6'6", number 12, Joe Harris. At center, 6'11", number 21, LaMarcus Aldridge. Guard, Brooklyn Nets head coach, Steve Nash. Let's hear it one more time for the starters.
It's a beautiful and we have a minute to catch up.
Brian, thanks. Kyrie Irving has settled.
Wise words, Allie. Thank you for that. And here in October, we have a little indication of what may be coming in the East. You look at Charlotte, and they've got the top spot in the conference, a testament to their hard work all year long. And, of course, the Brooklyn Nets. Currently, they're 5 spots behind them.
Well, I think for Brooklyn, as of late, they've looked a little out of sorts, and that's really what's knocked them out of the top spot in the standings.
And Greg, peaks and valleys are part of the season for...
The berry you feel away from Satchmo to Cap Calloway. Lost in America, real saints of the latter day.
Too many real, not enough soldiers. All our history lost in America. Step out of line, did the character. Mama's just like Erica. Too many real, not enough soldiers.
The starters for the visiting team. At guard, Seth Curry. At forward, Klay Thompson. At center, Joel Embiid. At guard, Stephen Curry. At forward, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number 95, DeAndre Bembry. Forward, 6'7", number 31, Paul Millsap. At guard, the man guard, 6'2", 11. Brooklyn Nets head coach, Steve Nash. Let it hear you. Give it up for your team, Brooklyn.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you. Now, Nikola Jokic is honest about why he's so patient offensively. He said it's because I can't really run fast. That's my only option. When I have the ball, I just look for defensive mistakes. Being a little bit slower gives my teammates a chance to back cut, lob. I'm just playing in my comfort zone. Kevin?
He is definitely letting the play develop, DA. Thank you. While we get a break, let's now take a look at the October standings out east. Taking a look at the Hornets. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Brooklyn, a game behind.
And right now for the Nets, the position they're in would be considered a success for most teams. But let's face it, they're not most teams. For them, any place other than first is a disappointment.
Especially since they were in the top spot earlier this season. I'm sure they thought they'd be there all year, but now they've got some ground to make up.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Stephen Curry's out there with Seth Curry. Then it's Joel Embiid. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Thompson in at the 3. And looking at the Nets, they've got Bembry. Irving is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Millsap in at the 4-man position. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Here's Giannis. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And Giannis knows how to compete. He knows you got to fight for those second chance opportunities.
Now here is Aldridge in the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive. It's tipped. Outside Millsap. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. The Hornets pull it in, and this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
You know, right out of the gates, one team gets a lead with the head-to-head advantage, bragging rights, if you will, over the other. And tonight, it starts.
Last season, Embiid posted career highs as a scorer. And Greg, he did it with unbelievable efficiency.
And how about hovering around that coveted 50, 40, 90 club? What's amazing is how comfortable he looks. The defense is never able to speed him up.
Now, here is Irving. Last game he had 34 points. Goes up at the stripe. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Hornets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Giannis passes to Embiid, and they double up Embiid. Aldridge with some nice deep.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Bembry kicks to Irving. Passes it to the Bembry. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Thompson.
Well, this is why Kyrie Irving can make a defense look bad. He can beat you with his scoring or his passing.
Plumlee is checked in for the Nets. Early on here, Craig, we already see some second-year players looking much improved over their rookie season.
Yeah, and if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. You're comfortable now with the speed and physicality of the game, and I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year.
Here's Irving following the basket by Giannis. Irving drives in. He'll zap a screen on Curry. And the rejection by Giannis. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Paul Millsap. Some changes for Charlotte. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And again, it's the Nets missing. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Harden. That shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
Now, here is Harden following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And it's Morant missing. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Embry the pass to Plumlee. Plumlee, no luck. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Now here's Edwards. 20 points for him last game against Cleveland. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. Bangs home the trifecta.
Kyrie Irving understands how to find an open teammate, puts it exactly where it needs to be.
Morant passes to George. Outside Edwards. Driving in, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin comes in for Mason Plumlee. And it's Mills in for Joe Harris. The Hornets also changing it up. Durant's checked in for Paul George. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Edwards. And Luka Doncic subbed in for James Harden. KD sets the pick for Morant. Jokic trying to free himself up. And it's Morant missing.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Kept alive. Embry misses. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Leonard against Irving. Leonard draws the double. Out to Doncic. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And that's just good physical play by Jokic. Goes hard on the offensive glass there for the second chance hoop.
The pass to Griffin. And it's sent back by Jokic. Doncic finds Leonard, and he makes that one.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Irving with the ball from outside the arc, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hornets lead by 3, and the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, Kyrie Irving at 6'3", one of the most creative finishers in the NBA. He details where it all started.
I just go back to being in my backyard and, just practicing all my layups or all my finishes. That's what I go back to. I mean, this is when I'm in that situation, I kind of feel like the attitude I get is this is what I do.
Oh, it is indeed the English angles. He is a magician out there, Greg, with the ball in his hands.
And his godfather, Rod Strickland, another New York point guard legend who was known for his improvisational finishes. Kyrie had it from the soil.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys. We've been watching from the Hornets.
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
They've got Griffin. Irving is out there with Mills. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Claxton in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Here's Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Giannis, and the layup falls. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
And I can't think of a higher percentage look than that. Giannis, one of the best ever working inside. One thing Irving's been doing more of, using his offhand in the lane to hit floaters and even on jump shots.
This guy is so creative, so inventive. The ability to make last-second adjustments. And I mean that whether he's in the air off his feet or with his handle, his ability to keep defenders guessing is truly incredible.
And here's Griffin following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Mill. And no good. Good D by Embiid. Here's Giannis. Chalk up 2 there. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hornets.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
All right, everybody. Who wants the ticket? And your Brooklyn Nets.
Changes. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Plumlee. And Paul Millsap is subbed in for Blake Griffin. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Paul George, he's checked in for Embiid. Edwards comes in for Antetokounmpo. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Curry subbed in for Luka Doncic. Harris's shot is off.
And they continue to control the glass.
Took him no time at all on that one. And it's an 11-point Hornets lead.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Have the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
This is a dominant stretch. I am so impressed with how they've played together as a unit over this last stretch.
Now here is Harris. Boy, that win against the 76ers. He's another guy who really showed up to play. 2 on the clock. Here's Aldridge. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a lot of players want a voice in team strategy. And I've always wondered, Greg, is there a downside for coaches letting their players get too involved?
I mean, there is a belief that you can have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? But if a player knows his stuff, it's worth at least hearing him out, if only to keep those open lines of communication.
The Nets making a switch here. Bembry's checked in, and Thompson kicks to Curry. It's Edwards on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Nets trail by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the Nets miss again.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Curry kicks to Thompson. It's intercepted. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul will give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Charlotte also making some changes. Jokic, he's checked in for Durant. James Harden comes in for Edwards. And it's Morant in for Curry.
A moment now to see the numbers for Paul George. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 23 points a game last year, 6 rebounds and 5 assists. And you talk about defensive presence, he's the real difference maker on that end.
Yeah, he's always somewhere around the ball, finding ways to help his team by shutting down the opponents.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curves a 10-0 run by Charlotte.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic is arguably the greatest passing center of all time. I say arguably because Wilt is in the conversation. But Jokic sees the game a frame ahead. Nikola said, I just look where defenders are standing, listen to what they're talking about, and their play calls. For me, it's a normal thing. I just wonder what they're doing, and I do the opposite. Kevin, it's simple, actually. I'm going to do the opposite now and stop talking.
No. You keep talking, we'll keep listening. And David, thank you very much. 54 seconds left in the first half. Nets trail by 14. Now, here is Irving. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it's sent back by George.
Boy, Paul George making his presence felt on the defensive end. The length comes into play right there.
Jokic passes to Morant. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Looking to get it going. And it's good on the way in.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Morant. A crossover. He draws iron on the dunk. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joel, as you look at the game so far, how would you evaluate yourself?
I think defensively I'm doing pretty good. Offensively, I still got to work on a lot of stuff. But it's going well. I just got to calm down, slow down, let the game come to me, and we'll be all good.
Thank you, David, and we'll be...
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be
the work they put in on the glass has been the difference maker. Truly an all-hands-on-deck attack. Give them credit for being the more aggressive team. Rebounding is one of the stats that sometimes gets overlooked, but not tonight.
All right, now moving on to highlight two of the standout performers so far in the first half. And time for us to sign off here at the studio.
We don't sign off, Ernie. We're still going to be here watching and analyzing the...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Antetokounmpo out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Curry. And it's Curry in at the two-guard spot.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Harris passes to Irving. Shoots over Curry. Irving can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 9. And more than one observer, Greg, has called Irving the most entertaining player in the game. What do you think?
A lot of competition for that distinction. But Irving does some things that no one else can, at least at his level. And then you never know when he's going to give us a juicy soundbite.
Plumlee, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
In 2020, a special year for Giannis, winning MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, then signing a Supermax extension worth over $200 million.
Now here is Harris, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
And it's sent back by Plumlee, and they're able to recover. Millsap with the steal. Irving surveying the floor. There's the lob for Harris, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Monday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Now here's Giannis. He's got 11. Pass to Harris. Back to Irving. Plumlee with a screen on Curry. And here's Harris from the arc. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Curry, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jokic, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Paul George comes in for Antetokounmpo. James Harden, he's checked in for Curry. And it's John Morant in for Curry. Now here's Irving. Plumlee dishes to Harris. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Charlotte moving it around. Morant finds Leonard. Back to Morant. And there's the drive. And finished off by Morant.
Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can seemingly get to the hole at will.
Irving with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up outside Griffin. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time. Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. We have seen today's athletes taking stands for social justice. All-Star Bradley Beal says we understand there will be a backlash, but we don't care about that. I'm a human being, a citizen, just like everybody else. I have family and friends still living in those environments, and I'm their voice. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you very much. Now, here's Jokic. Harden missing his last shot. Lock at 6. Here's the 3. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. And Harden with such a high usage rate, Doris, it's incredible how efficient he is.
Guys, his percentages are fantastic for someone who has to take so many difficult shots. He's not at the finishing end of alley-oops, let's remember. This guy is not allowed clear lanes to the bucket. He gets the best defender night by night. This guy has to work for every look he gets.
And he hits the first of 3.
And really an incredible playmaker his entire career. Harden has taken that up a notch, and he now often looks for his teammates first.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Mason Plumlee. And it's Mills in for Kyrie Irving. He hits the second from the line. And huge assist totals for Harden, which is also a reflection, Greg, of the talent around him.
And he's played with some of the best finishers in the game throughout his career. What changed starting last year was his mindset, making him all that much more difficult to defend.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Hornets.
And the playmaking of Harden continues to impress. Whether he's looking for his shot or creating for others, such a dynamic talent.
Now here's Griffin. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Over Jokic. Griffin's shot is off.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Come on, everybody. We got T-shirts for everybody. Thank your Brooklyn Nets.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Blake Griffin. And a switch here also for Charlotte.
All right.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is checked in for Nikola Jokic.
Brooklyn Nets.
.36 seconds left in the third quarter. Passes it to Bembry. Stolen by Harden. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Antetokounmpo passes to Durant. Second shot opportunity. Bembry with the rebound. Bembry's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Mills in the corner. Down low. Stolen by Harden. And oh, here comes Durant all alone. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And that's a nice job defensively from Harden. I mean, he's capable of these kinds of plays when the guy is engaged and active.
James Harden getting it done for the Charlotte Hornets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Paul Millsap. Irving is out there with Mills. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Claxton in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, the Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And the rejection by Embiid. Out to Thompson. A 3-ball. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Giannis has got 3 assists now in this one. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Well, their transition game has been operating at full speed, too. They've really run the break well.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Mills dishes to Irving. Millsap has the open look. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And I'll tell you, Millsap's one of those players. He just seems to get better every day he's been in this league. And more than anywhere else, I think that shows in his ability to score from beyond. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The 3 from Mills. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. It's on Luka Doncic. He misses the free throw. You know, Doris, the debate about what makes someone an MVP is always interesting. In your mind, and you're a voter, what are the qualities of an MVP-worthy player?
You know, Kevin, one of the things that fascinated me about the most recent MVP selection was some of the slander sent at Nikola Jokic. And I think it had everything to do with him not passing the eye test. And by that, I mean he didn't have eye-popping athleticism. But he was my runaway choice for MVP because he is so highly skilled and he is so valuable to what they do on the offensive end of the floor. He has vision. He has the ability to score the basketball in the paint and outside the paint. He can manipulate defenses because of his high basketball IQ. It was such a fascinating conversation, and what a worthy MVP for Nikola Jokic.
James Harden, he's checked in for Stephen Curry. Thomas finds Griffin. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. The kick out to Brown. 5 on the clock. Right side, Griffin. Hornets with the rebound. Jokic just got 6 rebounds here tonight. That one falls.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Here's Brown, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And they haven't had much success in the paint since halftime. I mean, the offense sort of stuck on the perimeter. They need to get a little bit more inside-out balance.
And the Hornets making a change here. Curry's checked in. Well, Greg, for those of us who have never played in the league, what's it like traveling all over the country over the course of a long regular season?
Come on, Kevin. I bet you had a nice J back in the day. But seriously, it's a whirlwind tour, man. Sometimes you don't even know what city you wake up in. And I can tell you there have been many times where I'm going back to the front desk complaining because my key didn't work, and only to find out I was using the wrong key.
With it. Now, Thomas defending.
Last 2 minutes to play. Fourth quarter.
Harden against Thomas. Harden kicks to George. Thomas against Harden. Over Thomas. Harden can't hit.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Thomas passes to Griffin. Johnson wide open. He fires. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Jokic trying to free himself up. Here's Harden. Rebound, Brooklyn. A minute 20 left here in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hornets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
That one off the back iron and out. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. And George, here we go. Here's Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
2 shots.
Harden hits them both. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside Irving, inside. Outside for Millsap. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Paul, a great team effort defensively. So what were your points of emphasis?
We do a great job of helping one another and being in gaps. And, if we're going to get beat, it's going to have to be, beaten by contested shots and the ball being swung. So that's what we have to do. We have to sit down, guard guys, and, make them play on the offensive end as a team.
Well, y'all were real disruptive tonight, man, and it led to the win.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Like vertebrae, spinal column. 5 seconds is a problem, it's a wrap for your C's. You only got one shot, might have to launch it 40 feet. When it comes to that chip, nobody's safe. Movements will amaze. Who gon' get on the plate? It's hard to say. As we return, we gon' turn the page, turn and loose. When it's my turn, I turn the pudding into the proof that they need to believe and give them one more jam. Let's return to their regular scheduled program. Now here we go again, I beat the secret opening. I'm motioning for my associate to go in closer for the poster when I'm making moves. Hate to lose, we don't break the rules. Break them down, when I cross them over, you can take your shoes. Front page of newspapers with the greatest innovators. We so fly, aerodynamic originators. Airborne with maneuvers, you was missing fun times. We return like the sun shines when the sun rise. I crack the defense when the beat hits. It's the